Blog Talk Radio.
Hello everyone, welcome to Lori Smith on Blog Talk Radio, and I'm really excited to be here tonight. I'm happy that you're joining me. This is Child Abuse Prevention, and Human Rights Abuse Prevention is up to us. And I'm extremely happy to be bringing you some great information tonight. This is very vital information and regarding domestic violence and a petition that needs to be signed. So I hope that you'll tune in. We'll be on the air for half an hour tonight and talking mainly about domestic violence and this petition that is just so important. So I hope you'll join me and stay with me. And you're welcome to phone in. I'll just give you my guest call-in number now. The area code 917-889-3736. This is that's a U.S. phone number down in the States there, so you can phone that if you'd like to be on just to have something you want to add to the show, or if you wanted to say hello, or just bring up some interesting information regarding domestic violence that you think might help other listeners. And you're more than welcome to phone in and just, ask questions or like I said, just bring something up. That'd be great. I welcome it. And also I have a chat room, and if you're welcome to go on to blogtalkradio.com, and if you sign up as a user, you can you can get in on all these fabulous shows. There's like thousands of shows, just so many different, every topic you can think of, and some great information on here. So you can always sign in as a register, and then you can sit in the chat rooms and you can ask questions that way if you'd rather keep it private. Just make sure you do put private if you want it to stay between me and you, because this is it's a live streaming internet radio show, and so if you want to make sure, if you want to keep it just between me and you, to put private on. So this is so good. I'm so glad to have you all with me. I enjoyed doing my show this morning very much, and but tonight I have something great to talk about, and that's the petition that I want to talk about. Is it was brought to my attention on Facebook, and I belong to the Silver Braid organization and on Facebook, and you can find them on there. I'm part of a couple of different networks with the Silver Braid survivors and the Silver Braid group. And it's just an awesome group of people doing a lot of really good work. And I've met some wonderful mentors and inspirational people who have, reached out to me and in my own walk, in my own healing and journey, and are reaching out to so many people and actually making such a difference in people's lives. And this petition is actually being brought about by Deanna Phelps, and she's one of these lovely people who is just making the world a better place. And I'm so happy to be able to bring this information to you. I signed the actual petition, I'm not sure if it was today or yesterday, I can't remember now. It seems like it was a long time ago. But anyway, I have the information on my chat room if you want to go check it out. But I'm going to read it out to you. And I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to write this down. And if you don't get to do that, come back and listen to this in an archived you can just listen to it archived after it's over, and because you want to make sure you go sign this petition. It needs 5,000 signatures to stop, to actually add cyber stalking to restraining orders. So here's the actual website that you need to go to, and that is www.gopetition, just like it sounds, GOPETITION, gopetition.com/petition/ add/cyberstalking/2/restraining/orders.hotmail. And if that's a bit much for you, all you have to do is go onto www.gopetition.com, and you can look under the latest petitions that are there, and it's actually listed there under the latest, most current petitions. And you just click on it and bring it up and then sign the petition. It only takes 10 seconds to do, and 5,000 signatures gets this awesome petition to Washington, D.C., to the White House, to be made into a law. And I'll tell you why it's so important, and that's why I'm glad you're here with me, and I'm so glad that you're going to sit in on this. Domestic violence affects us all, one way or another. It's a huge epidemic problem in society. It always has been, and until something is done, it's going to continue to be. And this could be your mother, this could be your husband, this could be, anybody. This does not just affect women. This affects men as well, and it also affects children, because I'm a victim of secondhand domestic violence. So I can't really tell you just strongly enough how important the issue of domestic violence is and what we need to do. We really need to stand up and really make some changes in this awful epidemic problem. Hello everyone, and thanks for holding on. I got dropped from the show and had to completely boot out and reboot my computer, so it's taking me a few minutes. Sorry about that. So we've only got about 10 minutes remaining, which is, we've missed about 5 minutes here. So back to where we were. If you're still there, I really appreciate you hanging on. If not, then I hope you'll listen to this archived, and because it's so important. I just finished talking about the petition that everyone needs to sign, and what it is this is written by Deanna Phelps, and she is a victims advocate and counselor in Northern California, in Redding, and she wrote, "Internet stalking is a crime. Internet harassment or cyber stalking is the new wave of stalking and harassment. Cyber stalking involves using the internet or other electronic means to harass." A January 2009 U.S. Department of Justice report found that 23% of stalking victims suffered some form of cyber stalking, and 6% suffered electronic monitoring, such as spyware, bugging, or video surveillance. And so we're back live, internet radio, blogtalkradio.com, and if you would like to be on the show, here's my guest call-in number again. That's area code 917-889-3736, and that's a U.S. number. You're more than welcome to phone in, and I'll be here for another 10 minutes at least, about 10 minutes. And if you have any questions, please do phone in. My chat window, I had all kinds of great information in my chat room regarding the websites, but you can always get a hold of me just by sending me a message via blogtalkradio.com, or you can just send me an email if you know me and you need some more information, or you can just get a hold of Deanna, and I'll give you her information there. So 23% of stalking victims suffered some form of cyber stalking. So it's almost, it's under 30%, but it doesn't matter. That's too many people. And so the whole issue with this petition is that unless it's happened to you and you've actually dealt with it, then it doesn't, most people would be like, well, so, who cares? But actually, you don't want to be a victim of cyber stalking, and you don't want your son or your daughter or anyone that you know, your best friend or anyone like that, to be a victim of cyber stalking or internet stalking and harassment. So this petition needs to be signed, www.gopetition.com, and just look under there for where it says add cyber stalking to restraining orders, because that's the whole purpose of this petition, is to get Washington to pass a law to sign. And she writes, "Please sign the petition to add cyber stalking to any and all restraining orders. If we get 5,000 signatures, we can send this to the White House to make it a law. Please go to the website and sign the petition. You never know who this could benefit, you or someone you love." And I put that in there. It's so important. And domestic violence is a huge issue, and I talk about it quite a bit on my programs. And I know there's a lot of information out there, and please do search it out. If you're a victim of domestic violence, or if you've gone through it and you're just suffering from the after effects, please get help. Do not allow yourself to suffer in silence and suffer on your own. There are some great organizations out there doing some great work, and Deanna Phelps is one of them. She is the director of Silverbraid Domestic Violence Resource and Education in Northern California at NorCal, Silverbraid NorCal, and the website is http, you just type this into your browser, the /Silverbraid NorCal, that's all one word, silverbraidnorcal.weebly.com. That's her website that she created, and it's a great resource. And I'll give you a little rundown on Deanna Phelps. She is a victim rights advocate, counselor. She's a survivor of domestic violence, sexual assault. And as Deanna is a survivor of domestic violence and sexual assault, as well as childhood trauma, she empowered herself to get back to school and took the domestic violence and sexual assault crisis intervention course and has become a victim rights advocate. She is spreading awareness that this kind of violence is out there, and she helps people empower themselves to make a difference in their lives, and she gives advice and resources. And right now, she has a petition in the works to put cyber stalking and internet harassment of any kind on all restraining orders. She is an advocate on Facebook as well as MySpace, and she has joined with Silverbraid Support and is a district manager for the Redding, California area, and hopefully soon will be holding support meetings. So you want to get a hold of her, and you can do that by going to the website that is silverbraidnorcal.weebly.com. Go to that website, and you'll see down there you can get a hold of her a couple different ways. You can probably send her a message, and she has a phone number there. You can phone, and if you need help and you're in Northern California and you're in the Redding, California area, and you need help and support for any kind of sexual exploitation, domestic violence, abuse really of any kind, because I know she is there for you. She's there for all of us, and it's people like her that really keep me going, and just be able to stand with her and to stand with Silverbraid to reach out to survivors of domestic violence. And we need to be a voice for the victims who do not have a voice, whose voice was silenced. The biggest problem with abuse is silence, and we need to start talking about it. We need to get this into the public eye. We need the public support. Whether you've been a victim or not, your niece could be a victim, your nephew could be a victim of domestic violence, your cousins could be secondhand victims of domestic violence. So this could technically affect everyone, and it actually does affect so many people. And it's not something to be ashamed of or something to be afraid to reach out for help. There is some good help out there, and I'm just spreading the word. And I hope that you'll join me. I'm on throughout the week. You can check my schedule there on blogtalkradio.com, and you can find out when I'm on the air. You're welcome to come on to the show, and if you have a story that you'd like to share, maybe your personal story, or if you'd like to talk about something that you found helpful in your walk and your healing from domestic violence, please do. I have run into some awesome and wonderful people and made some great friends just through reaching out myself for my own healing on my own road to healing. And I hope that you will just get the help that you need. Now, she actually gave me some information regarding silverbraid.org, and the silver braid is a symbol of hope and redemption. The silver braid has 3 strands. The first strand is survivors, bringing together all the forms of survivors. Often survivors from various forms of exploitation feel isolated, whether they are victims or domestic violence or victims of domestic violence or childhood exploitation. We believe survivors share similar after effects. The second strand is the communities, and the third strand is spiritual principles. And all 3 strands woven together, they equal, they bring together healing and redemption. So that's the silver braid, idea, right? And she writes here, in our program, we have developed a symbol to describe the set of tools and techniques that we find useful on our recovery path. The silver braid is a symbol of both integration and interconnectedness. Your recovery and participation in this program is vital for the creation of the silver braid. Strand by strand, as one survivor connects with another, together we create the silver braid, and that's what I've done. I'm actually on the Facebook silver braid, and I'm also on the Ning group. It's a faith-based silverbraid.org Ning group, and NING. You can join up as register to be a member of that, and I'm getting some great support through there. And just to know that I'm not alone, you're not alone. So that's why you need to reach out. And she says here, together we will stand and break this cycle of humiliation and not be defeated by those that have abused us. Together we will heal. And their hotline number is 1-888-702-7273. That is a hotline for Silver Braid. Make sure you phone that if you are in danger, or you know someone whose life is being threatened and they are being harassed and are in a domestic violence situation, or children that are involved in domestic violence, please make the phone call and please get help. I've got about a minute left. She says, feel free to post on the website's bulletin board, and the work we do is really important. Joining hands to help stop sexual exploitation is essential to survivors, stopping domestic violence and sexual assault in our communities and our spiritual growth. We are here to help those that are hurting and in need of our support and help. We can all learn something new from one another and help each other grow and heal. And so I just really want to encourage you to reach out and contact Silverbraid. You can just type in silverbraid.org and you will get their hotline number, or dial 911. We've got about a minute left. Do not suffer, and do not allow yourself to be abused. You deserve to have a good life, and you're talking from one survivor to another. You do not really deserve to suffer, and there's no need to suffer in silence. And I would hope that you would get the help that you need, and then phone in on my show, and you can tell me all about how you reached out and you actually got the help that you need, because that's what I want to hear. Positive stories, positive input, positive healing going on, and we can do it together. If there's something I can help you with, please contact me on my show, and I just wish you all the best. We've only got a few seconds left, and I'm sorry about the drop there, and I just wish you all the best, and that you will reach out, make the proper phone calls, and make sure that you do dial 911 if your life is being threatened, and your children's lives. You owe it to them, and you owe it to yourself to get help. Have a great night.